everyone, welcome back to Susan Dawn Spiritual Connections. Welcome to a brand new Sacred Union Energy Update. I am on a break, a hiatus, a sabbatical, whatever it is that you want to call it, officially. But like I said, I will come back as the energies call, and I'm kind of doing this reading for me to see what is going on because there's a lot that is happening. This full moon in Leo is a doozy. I have not been well as far as health. I've been taking care of myself as far as trying to. Let me put that down a little bit. I have some music playing in the background, and that plays a part in this reading. So I have not been so well in my health, which is part of the decision of taking the sabbatical because I want to focus on my wellness. I want to work on some other creative projects, including my next books, my writing, my novels. And I had just been too distracted in the past, and my energy has just been pulled in too many different directions. And so this was a way that I could really focus that. And it's interesting because I feel like my books play a huge part in my own process. And so I'm kind of doing this reading for me, but I might share it to see if it resonates for you as well. I always say that this channel is the story of my own evolution as well as my own journey, but I share with you because stories are how we help each other. Stories are how we support each other. Stories are how we connect with each other. And through these experiences, we build community and we recognize that we're not alone, especially on this wild ride that is ascension, especially this crazy ride that is a sacred union path of ascension. This is how we know that we're not alone in what we're experiencing and what we're feeling. So as you can probably hear, I'm quite emotional. I was not feeling that earlier this week. I was struggling with my energy this week, with my stamina. Felt like I was on the verge of getting sick. It might have been the full moon. I wasn't feeling the full moon energy emotionally, but I was definitely feeling it energetically, where I was feeling drained, where I was feeling tired, where I was just needing to rest a lot, take care of my mental health, my well-being. And so that's where my focus kind of has been. And in the meantime, I've been working on my next novels. And through that, I have also been posting about my books on TikTok and my Instagram, my personal Instagram, my author Instagram, I should call it. And that's part of my creative process. I've been reading back through my own novels in order to gear up for novel number 4, novel number 5, which I'm writing simultaneously. And so, and they're all interconnected. They're standalone novels, but they're all interconnected, which is why I'm reading back through those stories to just get back into the zone, to get back into that creative outlet. So I was feeling okay emotionally, but physically I was just a little bit under the weather and just trying to nurture that. And so I've been in the house for the past couple of days, and I said, you know what, I need to move my body. I need to go for a walk. I need to go for a drive. I felt like I needed to get out. And I'm somebody who really listens to her intuition and what she needs. And there was a desire to just be out in the world, not among people, but I wanted to be among the trees, and I needed to be among the water. And so I took a drive down to the river, and the river was interesting. I didn't expect it. The river was all iced over. And I'll put a video on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll show a picture here on YouTube as well. So you guys can check that out. But the river was iced over, but not just flat iced. It was almost like the current of the river had built up the ice so that it kind of looked spectacular. But there was also this kind of heaviness. There was this loneliness. There was this sadness about it. And it just struck me as that. So I took some video for my book stuff that I've been creating. And I allowed myself to just stand there on the shoreline, on the pebbles, and just ground into the earth and feel into the water that I know was still flowing underneath, even though it felt like it was frozen. And I could hear the cracking of the ice as the current tried to break free. And a long, long time ago, we had channeled that that's what it is for the masculine energy. And I'm going to call it the masculine energy rather than the divine feminine, because it's the masculine energy in all of us that wants to feel, that wants to honor the feminine in all of us, that wants to express, that wants to feel safe to express. and to feel safe in the world. And that's the divine feminine, right? The divine feminine wants to feel safe to express herself, wants to feel safe in the world, wants to feel safe to embody all that she is. And the masculine is the one that grants her that gives her that space, that gives her that room, that gives her that container of safety. And so this is the masculine and the feminine working in union. And so what was beautiful about this is a number of years ago we had channeled that the masculine energy is kind of breaking open, and it's like where there was this ice over the heart, it's like it's breaking open, and emotions are pouring forth. um in my timeline yesterday, my memories feed on my Susan Dawn Spiritual Connections page on Facebook, um, was a channeling that we had done last year, in January last year, called Crossing the Bridge to Union or something like that. It was a ascension relationship energy update, and I was called to watch it back. And I feel like watching that or listening to that back, because I listened to that in the car on my drive, listening to that back, I realized that it's like we're looping around again. It's like this is where we are now. Remember a couple of weeks ago, months ago, I had talked about how it feels like we have been kind of going back, almost like there were some lost years. We were stuck in time in a sense, where it was almost like the unions, the journeys had been hijacked, and now it's like we're finding closure to that. We are finding new beginnings. We're kind of coming back around again to where we were supposed to be. That's what this energy of the past couple of months has been, and I feel like that's where we were last year. And so I feel like there's these unions that are coming into place. There's this union windows that are opening, unions, reunions, reconciliations. This could be with the person that you thought was your divine counterpart, that has been your divine counterpart and your ascension partner, or you might be meeting new counterparts. Whichever the path is, it's just being open to all potential and opportunity, and allowing yourself to just keep that open heart and to just keep that love in your heart. But you know what path you're on. For some, you have met higher level soulmates. For some, you have met your twin flame. For some, you have met new counterparts. For some, you are in connection or communication with the old counterparts who have been going through their own transformation. We've been channeling that for the better part of a year, and you guys have been sharing with me that you're on many different of those paths. But it's all the collective energy of union. And it's because you have been coming into that union with yourself, releasing the expectation, releasing the journey as you knew it, and just coming into this place of connecting with the energies within yourself, with the union energies within yourself, and with the union energies of your partner as well. I just want to put the music up a little bit because there's some construction going on next door. Um, so I'm listening back to, I hope you guys can hear me over this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm listening to this reading back, and it's hitting home as far as everything that we've been feeling. And again, it feels like it's looping back around again. And remember, time is an illusion. Time is non-linear. We think we're going in one direction, but there's always shifting timelines. Energy shifts, so time shifts itself. So even though we're going in like in a human form, we're going in like this linear trajectory. Time in itself is a circle. Time itself is ever evolving, and the past and the future is happening simultaneously. And that's where in the present we create. That's in the present we're meant to ground. That's where in the present it is our point of power, our point of awareness. So I get to the river, and I'm seeing this ice, and I'm feeling something bubble up to the surface, but I'm not quite aware of what it is yet. And I'm feeling a lot of nostalgia. I'm feeling a lot of longing, yearning, missing. Not missing the past. I feel like that door has been firmly shut in a good way. It feels like there has been peace. It feels like there's love. But missing presence, missing the presence of, I'll put it bluntly for myself, missing the presence of my masculine, because he had been my best friend, and strip away all the all the drama and all the chaos and all of the journey itself. And what I've always felt was there was love. That's what I've always felt underneath everything, and always believed in underneath everything. And it's like that's what I was connecting with. And so I decided to leave, and I was driving back, and I'm feeling this nostalgia. I'm feeling this love. I'm feeling this heart opening that's happening. And I'm at the same time, I'm not really focused on it. I'm kind of letting my mind, wander into, not focused on him, but wander into like thinking about my book or thinking about, what is it that I want to say. And so all of a sudden, I'm getting called to some scenes in my one, two, three, third book, that it feels really reminiscent of the feelings that I have. Not to go deep into that, but it's very much a twin flame story. I did not realize that I was writing it. That book was channeled. I woke up one morning in February with the first line in my mind, and I grabbed my computer. My mind went completely clear for the first time since I have a lot of brain fog historically from the Lyme disease. So my mind went completely clear, and for 3 weeks it was clear. For 3 weeks I was able to write. So it was channeled. I've never before that or since then felt so fluid and had something flow so quickly out of me. Usually with my books it takes me a while to write. Not because I'm thinking about it's not an intellectual writing. All of my writing is intuitive. But because, sometimes I just battle with the brain fog or the fatigue. This was 3 weeks of utter clarity. And it is essentially a twin flame story. And so I'm thinking about this book, and I'm thinking about all the challenges and the miscommunication that exists between these two characters, and how, my goodness, if they had just swallowed their pride and ego earlier, if they had just allowed themselves to open their hearts, if they had just, um, how different could things be? And so I'm thinking about this, and Spirit reminds me that I had created a playlist for this book on Spotify, and so I get called to go check out the playlist, and I'm listening to a few of the songs, and then I hit on this one, and it is just everything. I start sobbing. I have to pull over. I am like just a mess. I am feeling everything break open, and so the song is OAR, called, what's it called? Place to Hide. And some of the lyrics are, you or me can just be crazy. Time ain't on our side, and I need you badly. Of all the others, you had to have me. Now we're running for our lives, and I need you badly. So I'm already feeling this, and then I get to the end of the song where it says, all I want is life now. All I felt was pain here. All I got is love now. All I need is you. All I need is me. And it's like just breaking open, just absolutely breaking open. And so I get home, and I'm still bawling my eyes out. I get home, and I come up here to just kind of pull a card and say, okay, what the hell is going on? And the first card that comes out is the moon card. And immediately I say, okay, so obviously it has to do with this full moon in Leo. And this full moon in Leo, we'd have already channeled that there are endings and beginnings happening simultaneously, that there are heart openings, that there are crown openings, that there are realizations. And we've been channeling that for a couple of months. And it feels like it's all leading here. And it will continue to evolve. It will continue to unfold. It will continue to lead places. So I don't want to have the expectation of like here and now. Remember that energy shifts, timelines shift, energy continues to unfold. But this feels really pivotal. And it feels like there is a love that is being felt within both counterparts. And what was interesting is in the Crossing the Bridge Ascension relationship reading, that I will post a link in the description box, and I will share that on my social media as well, from a year ago. That energy, that reading, in it we had talked about how that twin flame energy is palpable, how that twin flame energy is felt, and how that twin flame energy is just love. It is just love, and that is what we're returning home to. That's what we're coming back to. It is just love. So you can take this for your inner divine masculine and inner divine feminine. You can apply this to a counterpart connection if that applies. You can apply that to twin flames as a whole. You can apply that to the global collective, but there is a masculine energy that is breaking open, and it feels very raw, like the sacred union that we just did. It feels very raw, it feels very vulnerable, but that rawness, that vulnerability, that nakedness is beautiful, because that is where we're held. We're held in that rawness. We're held in that nakedness. We're held in that vulnerability. And that is where you are safe. Remember, we began this by saying that the feminine energy wants to feel safe to express herself. What's the feminine energy within all of us, including males, including masculines? And it's allowing your own inner masculine to recognize that you are safe in your rawness, in your realness, in your vulnerability. There are masks that are falling away. There are clarity, enlightenment that is happening, the truths that are being revealed. And I'm not talking about truths as in like secrets and deception. I'm talking about heart space openings. I'm talking about love and just allowing yourself to love and receive love. Where you hadn't allowed yourself to fully embrace love, to fully give love, or to fully receive love in the past. That is what is opening. That is what is fading away. It's that fear. It's that recognition that you are safe. So I thought we would just do a quick reading. I'm not going to see, look, the star card. There is a healing that is happening here. Let me see what's on the top. King of Wands, that masculine energy. So we're just going to do a quick reading. And just as a whole, let me take my glasses off. My glasses are fogging over. I feel like we're just going to do a quick reading just to see what this energy is. What is it that we need to know right now? I feel like there's something big that is leading up into February. Again, we talked about that in the last Sacred Union Energy update, where it feels like major shifts, openings, expansions, the sunburst of potential, the sunburst of energy happening around mid-February, it feels like. And that's going to continue. I mean, it's not like, oh my gosh, this mid-February is here, so like, where is it? It's not this like, a fixed time. It's just an energy that I feel like there's this more expansion that's opening up. There could be communication that's opening up. Yeah, the Hanged Man, it's like where we're stuck, something's turning, something's shifting, something's breaking free. There's I want to use the word liberation, but it doesn't quite feel like that. There could be something with regards to expression of self. This could be, for some of you, there could be some kind of communication between you and your counterpart, or this could be you expressing yourself in a new way, opening up to that self-expression, allowing yourself to kind of charge forward. I like this Knight of Swords energy because the Knight is somebody who is fearless. The Knight is somebody who is like, okay, I have a mission. My mission is love. And even though there are battles, even though there are forces against me that might try to block me from love, even myself, even if I do battle with myself and I'm blocking myself, this is me charging forward. And he's holding that sword just like, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to charge forward. I'm going to clear the way. I'm going to clear the way because I'm not holding myself from love anymore. Yeah, look, the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Like, I'm not holding myself back anymore. I'm not gatekeeping myself. I'm not going to deny myself. I hold the key. I hold the key, and look at all this green of the heart chakra, and you have the red of the root chakra, which means it's grounding in and feeling safe, feeling secure, which is the root chakra, to open the heart. I don't have to hold myself back anymore. I don't have to block myself out of fear. I can allow myself to step forward. I can allow myself to feel. I have the keys to my own kingdom. It's that kind of energy because it's the keys to love. That is what the kingdom is. The kingdom is love. I have the key to my own heart. And where was I just blocking my heart? Where was I just holding myself back? Where was I just hiding away? Look, you have the counterparts here, the King and the Queen of Wands, and this King or Queen of Wands is a fiery energy. It is somebody who is bold, somebody who is impassioned, somebody who is unafraid to take that step forward, and even to take that leap of faith is what I'm hearing, unafraid to put in the work that they need to in order to clear the way, in order to gain that strength, to gain that courage, to be that knight, to charge forward. Now, when we're saying the knight, we're not putting it in the context of comparison of, well, he's just a knight. I want the king. He's all of it. He's all of it. Again, this could be you, divine feminines. We could be talking about you as well, your inner masculine, or this could be a counterpart, divine masculine person. Take it as it resonates for you. But this is, you embody all of it. You embody the freedom, the youthfulness of the page, the newness, the beginnings of the page. You embody the boldness and the action of the knight, wanting to go to battle, but it's not battle as in them against me. It's not battle as in defensiveness. It's not battle as in offensiveness, as in fighting something. It's I'm not going to stay stuck anymore. I'm going to put in the effort. I'm going to put in the work. I'm willing and ready to charge forward. They're reminding me of the Brene Brown quote that we reference often. It's like, only when you get tired of the same old bullshit, when you get tired of your own bullshit, that's when a transformation happens. And it's like, are you going to be repeating cycles and cycles and cycles over and over and over? Or are you ready to make a change? And this energy is ready to make a change. They're breaking open. There's this energy that's like floodgates are open. And right now it feels very raw. It feels very vulnerable. And maybe even uncomfortable. But I feel like this energy is learning how to sit with those emotions, to feel those emotions, and to sit in that discomfort rather than avoiding it and rather than sweeping it under the rug or rather than running away from it. They're learning how to face it, and that's what a true warrior really does. And so also embodying the queen energy, which is the feminine energy, and the king energy, which is the masculine energy. That's the union of it all. So very interesting energy that's coming through here. I'm already feeling better. Like as we're doing this, I'm already it's processing, and I'm already feeling like I needed to do a channeling. I think that's what we needed to do. Okay, let's get a couple more cards here. Let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know how you guys are feeling this energy. If you're feeling this energy, see, look, the page. You have the knight there. You have temperance. With this page and this temperance card, you see how there's a little bit of a hesitancy. There's a little bit of a, am I ready? Like a second guessing that I'm kind of getting here. Am I ready? You see how they're holding on to that wand? Like, I want to move forward, but am I ready? And the temperance card is allowing for the new to come through. It's the healing that's happening here, the merging, the alchemy of the past, the alchemy of the doubt, the alchemy of anything that was holding you back to say, yes, you are. And look what can come from it. Look what comes when you take that first step. It's this new bloom. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I love this because you have the Ace of Cups here. You have that one chalice, right? That love energy. And you have this energy here, which is like the fire. You have the water, which you would think don't go together, right? You would think that it's opposites. But here, that's what alchemy is. It creates this blossom, it creates this bloom, it creates this flower, this, whatever this is. It creates something new here. That's what your union is. A long time ago, we channeled that you and your twin are union of opposites, because on the outside, it looks like you might be completely opposite. But on the inside, that's where your compatibility is. You're compatible on all layers, on spiritual level, on an intellectual level, emotional levels, and what am I missing? Mental levels. So like you are compatible. It's that union of opposites. It's the yin and the yang, right? Opposites. But there's that union, there's that oneness. And so on the outside it might look like you are opposites, but the energy is one. So here it might feel a little bit uncomfortable. It might feel a little bit like, am I ready? Because it is something new. It is this page energy, right? It's something new. But you are. Lots of fire energy, so lots of movement energy. Yeah, that's this energy here, the Nine of Swords. Am I ready? Am I ready for this? Nine of Swords is sleepless nights, anxieties, fears coming to the surface. That's what held you back in the past. But I feel like with this Nine of Swords, like it's almost like this reverse. It's like this is what's changing. This is what's healing. This is what's alchemizing. You are transmuting that fear, transmuting the what ifs, transmuting the pain. Again, they're calling me to these lyrics. All I want is life now. All I felt was pain, but all of God is love now. That's what this feels like. It feels like transmutation of the old, of the fears, of the what ifs, spinning over and over and over in your mind. What stories were you creating in your mind that was keeping you in a loop? How can you look at things differently? If you just keep creating stories in your mind, you might look to evidence to solidify that, right? You might look to the material world to kind of justify the stories that you create in your mind. But try to look in a different perspective. Don't look at the evidence that can justify the stories that you create. Look towards the truth. Find that clarity. Look with your heart. That's what the ascension journey teaches us. Divine feminines, you have really learned that, because the evidence in the physical world might contradict what you are actually feeling within your heart, and that's where you've had to trust yourself. That's where you've had to trust your journey. It's not about forcing anything or manipulating anything, but it's about accepting and letting it be, so that what is felt within the heart space can then reflect in your physical world. It's a balance. It's a balance between acceptance and faith, and that is your surrender. Anything else we need to know? Anything else we need to know? Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I'm also getting drawn to the Magician. The Magician is that self-mastery. It is, you have all the tools now. This is where your ascension journey has brought you. You have all the tools now for this reconciliation or this reunion of souls. Again, this could be somebody from the past, or this could be a new counterpart connection, but there is a reunion of souls, a union of souls that is happening, and it is bringing in this new cup of love, this new chalice, and it's manifesting here with the Magician. You're both manifesting each other, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. You are both manifesting each other. This could be, again, your twin, like a counterpart connection from the past, or this could be somebody new. Everybody is, again, on a little bit of a different path within my collective, as you've shared with me. But trust within yourself and trust within your heart what it is that you feel is true, what it is that you believe, and what you have always believed. Because it is real, it is true. You just have to come to that place of balance between acceptance and faith. You just have to come to that place of surrender. All right. We are going to end here. I'm going to go back on my little sabbatical. I'm sending you all so much love and so much light.